Rampur is a village defined by its border. To one side is the life they know, to the other is a forest so unnaturally still that no one dares to enter it. Raju has lived on this edge for 18 years. Orphaned as an infant and raised by the village sarpanch, he has never lacked for food or a roof over his head, yet he remains an outsider in his own home. This feeling of displacement centers on his father, Mohan. 10 years ago, Mohan walked into those woods and vanished, leaving behind a silence that the village has refused to break ever since. Whenever Raju pushes for answers, the sarpanch and the elders skillfully change the subject. They operate under the belief that if they never speak of the forest's secrets, they can keep Raju from following his father's path. This silence creates the exact opposite of safety. This protective barrier of the elders actually carves out an empty space within Raju, a psychological void. Without history or purpose, he feels like a burden to his only family. The elders chose silence to maintain Raju's physical safety, but that silence became his greatest vulnerability. Without the truth to ground him, he was left entirely defenseless against a lie he was desperate to believe. When Raju finally enters the woods to prove he can provide for himself, he is met not by a monster, but by a large cuckoo bird that speaks with a human voice. The bird offers validation, telling Raju his father is alive, which fills his psychological void. Next, targeting financial insecurity, she leads him to hidden jewels, replacing his feeling of burden with deep trust. Finally, demanding absolute secrecy severs his remaining ties to the village entirely. This wasn't a victory of magic, but of strategy. The entities simply mapped the exact vulnerabilities the elders created and used them to rewrite Raju's reality. On the night of the full moon, the sarpanch and a local sadhu finally confront Raju at the cave. They try to explain that the bird is a witch, but they are 10 years too late. After a decade of silence, Raju cannot believe them now. His guardians are the liars. The entity is the truth. Ignoring their pleas, Raju brings the glass bottle down. It shatters, and the dark energy held inside for 10 years is suddenly unleashed. The cuckoo transforms into a towering demonic witch. Her first act of freedom is to announce a campaign of slaughter against the village that imprisoned her. The entity didn't need to force her way out of the prison. The barrier was dismantled from the inside by a boy who no longer knew who to trust. As the witch approaches, the elders finally reveal the full truth. Mohan didn't vanish. He sacrificed himself. He threw himself into this well to provide the life force needed for the sadhu to trap the witch in the first place. Raju realizes that his search for his father has directly resulted in the destruction of everything his father died to protect. The sadhu is clear about the only remaining option. The ritual that trapped the witch can be repeated, but it requires the exact same price Mohan paid 10 years ago. Knowing he is the cause of the witch's release, Raju doesn't wait for a second explanation. He runs to the edge of the well and jumps, mirroring his father's final act. Raju's death allows the sadhu to pull the witch back into the body of the bird. This time, however, he removes her voice entirely, ensuring her words can never be used as a weapon again. In trying to shield Raju from a monster, the elders built an information vacuum. It was this very vacuum that sucked Raju into the forest, forcing him to complete the sacrifice his father hoped he'd never have to make.